Oh, hello. We're back.
Yes,
back on the Warriors Den, myself and Luke Duchesne.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing? Nice of you to join us again this week on our weekly show. If this is your first time watching, this is a weekly show. Right here, same time, same place every week.
Correct.
We try to bring you as much of the most current news and events from our game every week as possible. This week's no exception. We have a few exciting things to talk about. And just FYI, small spoiler, next week, very exciting. Some exciting stuff happening next week. Luke doesn't know about it yet.
I'm in France next week.
It's true. That's what I mean. It's exciting because Luke's
It's exciting because I won't be here. I won't be here live, but I'll be here in a pre-recorded video.
But yeah,
I promise.
I'm excited about that one. But I'm also excited about this one, of course.
Yes.
So just on today's show, we're going to have Luke talk some more about our Season 4 tournament event and tournament. That's been, we mentioned last week on the show. We've got teams to announce this week.
Yes.
And then we're going to have Bio update us on the faction war. Actually, it was a big week for the faction
You mean
war.
the rigged faction war?
The rigged faction war. Yes. In fact, even though it was only round 4, the faction war has been won.
It happens.
Yep.
Like in sports, sometimes
we'll have Damien and maybe Roman if he shows up to do some Q&A.
He's MIA right now.
Yes. But first, some news.
First, be happy that the stream doesn't convey the smell, because we have tar being done right now outside here, so we have this heavy smell in the studio, which is...
I thought you were talking about me.
No. No, Eric has a good... He's okay.
I thought this was a burn.
No. No, but it's the smell of tar, and it's...
But
truly
for the record,
painful.
I did shower this morning.
He did. I can testify.
So we've got a few known issues. I've been trying to make this more of our regular thing now because we have a guy dedicated to known issues. So he sent me this list.
Dan, the known issue
maybe
guys.
We'll have Dan on sometime. Because we released a big patch last week, a huge patch. In fact, some people are asking why it's 10 gigs of hugeness, but hopefully if you've seen all the changes and we reworked some of the maps, you'll understand that it was a big file. So along with that comes some changes, and anytime in game development you make new changes, there will be some issues that come with it. So here's just a few that we are looking into, working on, or have already fixed for an upcoming patch. So,
while Eric is finding it, and sorry about the sound,
vague.
you might hear some outside sound, and we apologize for that. It's the same guy who's responsible for this horrible smell, also the horrible sound, and this you can probably hear. So apology for that.
All right, so issue number 1, the unlock whiff tech has been removed due to us fixing a lot of the unlock techs. The zone attack input, some people are saying it's unreliable because of the flicker fix. For a lot of people, I think they just have to relearn how to do zone. I even saw some people saying I'm doing it, one button after the other, and the zone's not happening. That's not how you do zone. You do zone with both buttons at the same time. So we've fixed the flicker, which I think has caused some people to have to relearn. But if it is indeed unreliable, we're looking into it to make sure. Yes, there was some matchmaking issues. There is a workaround I posted on Reddit. So if you're on PC, you're having matchmaking issues. It had to do with people who had the PTS build as well as the new build. So if you went in, deleted your .forge files and re-verified your current build, that would take care of it. Let's see, the Galaxy 5 pattern. I even got a message about this as well. It was changed, and people a little bit unhappy about that. So we're looking into that. What else? Oh, this is a big one. The stamina, the out of stamina. The bar used to blink. It's not blinking anymore. People don't like that. We've already fixed that, so in our next patch, it'll be back to the way it was. So stay tuned. And then we have a few bugs. Minions can stagger players, which I don't think is intended. The Warlord shield charge has too much tracking. Yes, we know about that one. What else? There's just minor bugs that we don't need to get into. There's some placeholder IDs on some of the legendary items. And then some unconfirmed bugs, which means we're still investigating and figuring out whether it's a bug, whether it's design, whether something else is going on. This one's been with us for a while. That's the match freezing at the end, or going to black screen at the end of a match. We're still working on that one. Quitting penalty when the freeze happens. We're looking at that. And Sickle Rain, Shinobi Sickle Rain has, it's being performed on allies, We need to look into whether that's intended or not. I know that there's also some feedback about the Valkyrie not being able to cancel the shield bash. So that's another one. And we actually have a real known issues list. You don't need to hear me read about it vaguely. If you go to the forums, forhonorgame.com, go to our forums, and you can see the full list with descriptions, and if they have workarounds, there's workarounds. So anyway, all that up front, because I wanted people to be aware if they weren't aware. Let me know if you like doing the known issues on the show. Is it too dry, too boring, or is it informative? Let me know. Cool. One other thing that's happening this week, we have a realistic elimination event, which we have an image for if you want to put that up, Max. So it starts today. It started today at 8 a.m. And it's going through the 19th at 8 a.m. So this is realistic elimination. So no gear stats, no guard stance widget, no feats, no boosts, and only one revive. So that's pretty intense. So check that out now in the game. And as always, new content of the week. We have elite outfits this week. So we've got a video we can roll. These are 7,000 steel each. So let's check them out. Okay, we're back.
Yes, we are.
So last week you announced that we're doing a little tournament leading up to our Season 4 event.
Yes, we do.
We announced our captains.
Yes, we did.
Do you wanna take it away?
Yes, I will. So last week we announced that we're doing a new tournament. This season we identified 16 captains, 3 per territory, so 3 in Europe and 3 in North America. And they had to build their teams. So, quick reminder, like the captains that we have, like in Europe, we have one for Oscar. We have Alernikin, who won the Aero Series this summer. And we have Clutchmeister, the #1 digital athlete in the world, self-proclaimed. And North America, we had Cypher PK, NRG Ice Guys, and Bandana.
Yep.
So they had a week to build their team. So today, we're going to walk you through who those players are.
Great.
Give a little bit of information. And if you want to find out more about them, we can go on FH Tracker and look at all those amazing stats. It's pretty impressive.
And a lot of these names will be known to people in the community as well.
So if we take the first team, so one team with Oscar, They're called the Foregunner. And his team members are Zeobufuse, who played in the Hero Series. I remember that name pretty well. Ali_B. Okay, and the last one, man. Why are you making that with me? EWLZPW. Is there like something I should read into that, or is that like?
I got that from Oscar. He sent me his team names. I like to imagine he accidentally sent me his password for something.
When I look at that, yes, it looked like a password. So if the Foregunner team, like for example, like Oscar, he's in the top 0.1% in terms of kills overall in the game. So that is impressive. In the top 3% kill death ratio in Dominion. Zeobufuse from Estonia, he's the top 0.2% in terms of time played. On For Honor. So this guy did log a huge amount of hours in the game and top 0.1% overall in terms of win. So he is a very good player. Is in the top 3% in Dominion. Hallie_B from the UK. He's also a very good player, top 2% in terms of time played. And he's a top 10 in the Dominion. And the last one with the password name, also from the UK, EWLZPW. If it means something, please write us. I want to know.
I want to know
There's
too.
probably something there that I didn't catch. But anyway, so again, like a huge player, top 1% overall in kill death ratio, top 14 in Dominion. And he is a huge duel player. He has like, he played a lot in duel, so that probably explains why in Dominion is a bit lower.
Yep.
So that makes sense. So that's one team, so Foregunner, very nice team, interesting. I'll keep this one for the end. Let's take the Free Vinks with team captain Alernikin from Poland. Remember, you won the Hero Series this summer, so.
And he told me, so their team is named Free Vinks in honor of a player who was not able to play because I think he was sick. So
that's very honorable.
Right? So
Like,
Alernikin got a lot of hate from people. He's a nice guy.
Exactly, I want like, congrats guys, it's very nice from yourself to do that. So Alernikin, but we all know he's a top player, top 2% in terms of win. He's top 2% in the kill death ratio with 2.39 in Dominion. Big Nobushi players. So this will be very interesting. And he has probably the most international team of all. His partner, one of his partner, Azur Sushi from Italy, also played in the Hero Series. I remember that name pretty well. He's a top 0.1% in terms of time played. Wow. It's amazing. Man. When I look at that, it's very impressive. Top 1% in the kill death ratio in Dominion with 2.8 and top 4% in terms of win. Last player from Switzerland, third player from Switzerland, Setmix. He's top 0.2% in terms of time played as well.
Damn.
Top 2% in terms of kill death ratio and top 5 in terms of win in Dominion. And quick remember, like in Dominion, sometimes even in duel, it's easier to have a higher percentage because Dominion, it's a teamwork. So
you
sometimes
could do very well, but your team could still lose. Yeah,
so you can. So that's why you need a good team synergy. So that will be very interesting to look. And the last player from Belgium, Vengeful Lord, also a huge player, played a lot of For Honor. He's a top 0.3% in terms of kills in Dominion. So this guy is like, he will kill a lot of people. So our last team in Europe, the ultimate digital athletes with team captain Clutchmeister.
Yes.
What a surprise. I was not expecting anything less from them in regards of their team name. Like, Clutch, you delivered in terms of your team name. So we all know Clutchmeister. If you watch the Hero Series, he's a big player, play a lot of For Honor, self-proclaimed the best digital athlete in the world. Top 2% in Dominion in the kill death ratio, and he's a big Warlord player. So it will be very interesting. Playing with him from Russia, UDA Lunchained.
Legion Unchained is
Legion
really
Unchained.
Name. It does look like Lunch Chained. Legion, maybe you should rethink that username.
Yes, maybe you should. At least I can read something. It doesn't look like a password. So again, top, like in terms of wins overall in the game, he's at 0.2%, the top 0.2%. So the guy is very skilled. In Dominion, he's in the top 3%, and he's a big conqueror. Like when you look at his top 5 heroes, Conqueror is number 1.
And in fact,
far.
I was actually just chatting with him yesterday. In fact, he was supposed to attend the Hero Series finals, but had some issues with his paperwork. Which is important when you're in Russia, is to have all your paperwork online,
Yes,
especially when you're coming to the
so
United
it better
States.
be regular for now. And this time the event is in Montreal, Canada.
Yes.
So we have different rules
Yes.
than the U.S., not the same country. Just up north. In November, you're from Russia, so
Yeah, he'll be fine.
yeah, you have proper clothing to deal with Montreal weather. I'm not worried. Then we have Enzax. You might remember Enzax from also the Hero Series. Him and Asiri had this moment, this clash where Asiri refused to shake hands at the end of the match.
Yep.
Everything's fine now. They told us.
In theory, yeah.
In theory. They refused to shake hands for the camera the last time they were in Montreal.
Bad blood.
Exactly. So that would be interesting. He's a top 3% in Dominion in terms of kills and top 4 in terms of win. He has an 80% win in Dominion. So, he will be very interesting to watch in Dominion. And the last player of this team is Reptile, also from Denmark. So, who got from Denmark? One from Poland and one from Russia on that team. Very interesting. He's a top 6% in terms of time played in For Honor. And in Dominion, top 2% in terms of win. He's at 88% of win, with top 2% in terms of kill-death ratio.
Yep.
So, very interesting team. So, when you look at the 3 teams we have in Europe, like a Foregunner, Free Wings, and the Ultimate Digital Athletes, I think we have pretty solid teams,
Right.
and the skills are very comparable. So, that would be very, very interesting. So, now, let's move to this side of the planet, North America, starting with the team, the least individual skill, with team captain Cypher PK, that is well known in the community. This team is impressive. In terms of hours logged in the game, like overall, just like quickly, the 4 player, top 0.3%, top 0.1%, top 0.1%, and top 0.3%. So this is the number of time they played.
Small correction. I think it's supposed to be least individual talent because
Why? Who changed that?
I'm going to blame our friend Alex Monet because I think the whole point is that their
It's called
acronym
lit.
is lit.
Yeah.
Because millennials
Least
love to
individual.
say things are lit.
Okay.
So, good job.
Anyway, sorry about that, Cypher. So our 4 players. So yes, we do have Cypher, like a huge player, For Honor. Played a lot, top 2% in terms of kill-death ratio in Dominion, so that's really good. And his top player is actually a Shiguki and a Raider. There's a lot of Shiguki.
Yep.
So it's very, very interesting. His partner, and Cypher from the US, his partner from Canada, Base Solaire. I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's how I will, because
I wonder if it's another Quebecer.
I don't know.
That'd
And
be
I didn't see his real. What's his name?
Keegan Jones.
Yeah, he could, but I don't know where he's from. I don't know him. So top 1.1% of the players. He is impressive. In terms of kills in Dominion, it's top 0.1% with over 16,000 kills in Dominion. That's a lot of people being dead on the
He's
battlefield.
pissed off a lot of other players.
Exactly. And he had an 86% percentage win in Dominion, so that is impressive. Then we have Young Coconut. I love your name. That is so funny. Also one of the top 0.1% in terms of time played. In terms of assists, that's interesting. He's in the top 0.1% in assists for kills. So in Dominion, it will be very, very interesting. So this way he can help his
really
teammates.
interesting.
Yeah. And 83.9% in terms of win. And the last one, he was, if I remember, in the stream in May in Burbank. It's Fatal Fate.
Yep.
He is back, and he has some pretty impressive stats. Like, I think the most impressive, he has a win ratio of 93.6% in Dominion.
In Dominion. Damn.
93.6% in Dominion. His kill-death ratio, wait for that, 3.6. He's in the top 0.4%. So, excellent choice, Cypher, when you pick Fatal Fate, especially in Dominion. He is really, really, really good.
Fatal's one of my personal favorites, being a fellow Bostonian.
Ah, yeah. But none of you are Boston Bruins fans, so that's okay.
No.
That's okay.
We're good people.
There are good people and the Boston Bruins fans. It's just that hockey-wise, we don't necessarily get along. So second team, it's Team NRG with the Ice Guys. Also one of our top players. 0.7 in the top 0.7% overall in terms of time played. He's a top 2% in the kill-death ratio in Dominion, and he has a 78% win. So very, very good. So, and first partner is Budrat from Canada.
Nice.
So, Bud Rat, like, is a top 3% in terms of time played. Overall, his kill death ratio overall in the game is 0.1% with all the modes. And then, wait for this, his win ratio in Dominion, 97.8%.
Seriously?
Yeah. Fuck, I can read that or wrong.
Wow.
The guy, it's incredible.
And, and he hasn't played just like 10 matches either.
No. He played a bunch. And his kill death ratio, the top 0.2% with 4.61.
Wow.
So he is an excellent player. Then we have Scorbrand, also known in our community very well, one of our top players.
Yep.
Scorbrand is from the US, top 0.1% in terms of wins overall, 95.7% in terms of win ratio. So it's very, very strong. And his kill death is probably, I think it's the highest I've seen, 5.59, top 0.1% his kill death ratio in Dominion. So he is excellent.
Yep.
And the last one in this team, if I'm not mistaken, is Kiyu from Canada. So Kiyu, one of our top players as well, 0.2% top in the kill death ratio. And in Dominion, he is 0.4% top for the kill death ratio and top 2% in terms of win percentage with the 87.9%. So it's very, very impressive. So Ice Guys, you built an amazing team. So right now I'm very curious because everything starts on Saturday, so it will be, cannot wait to see the results of this.
It'll be really cool.
And the last team, the Pure players, and I think they want to play on the PP.
Yep.
So you can all laugh now.
You can see where the maturity level of this team is.
I think it's
Team PP.
Team PP. So I'm the first one who said it. So now you can make fun of me. I'm pretty sure Bandana is sitting at home right now and he's laughing. We made them say it. Yes, you did. Congrats. We knew it would it would look this way. So from Bandana from the US, one of our top players as well, 0.4% in the top 0.4% win. And in Dominion, he is in the top 0.4% on the kill death ratio and 90% win percentage. Zach G, that was also a participant in the Hero Series this summer, one of the top players on For Honor as well. So Zach, he is a big Peacekeeper players. Look at his top 5 heroes. Peacekeeper is probably his top 1% in terms of kill death ratio, 86% of win. And Jarl Jordan, that we also know very well from the US, he's a top 2% kill death ratio overall in the game. So solid player, top 3% in terms of the win percentage. He play various characters, the Warlord a lot, the Warden, and the Raider. And top 3% in terms of kill death ratio. And Kiri TV, also a participant in the Hero Series.
Yes.
I remember that name pretty well. So a very good player as well. He is a big Peacekeeper guy. I think it's, when you look at his level is like in the top 0.4% of Peacekeepers, and then Berserker is also one of his player. It will be interesting because he has a lower percentage win in the team, but I think it would be very useful for the team. And that's the beauty of Dominion is you can have different roles in the match. You can go and work on the lane, on the front, kill minions. So it's the complementary of the team.
That's what I'm really interested in, is to see what strategies these teams come with and how they balance their teams in terms of picks. And like I think you saw there's 2 of them that are Peacekeeper mains. Will they both play as Peacekeepers and Dominions?
Single pick.
That's right.
Single pick.
So that'll be interesting.
So that, because you cannot have a team of Warlord. You have to pick like one hero, and you have to make sure that you have a second main that can be that can be useful for the team. So that's why the team composition will be interesting. And it all starts this Saturday, 1 p.m. Paris time. So it's 7 a.m. Montreal, 4 a.m.
West Coast.
West Coast. We're huge with time difference. We're a French company, so we have to deal with those things. So it starts at 1 on Saturday, and then the North American...
Roman was doubting your time zone conversion, no?
No, Roman will never doubt me, at least not for that. So, then the North American one will be at 1 p.m. EDT. Like, is it daylight time still?
Yep.
So it's at 1, like Montreal, New York, Miami time. So 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that's the time where the match will be played. And each team captain will stream.
Yep.
So we will
Yes, and the breaking news for Lernican, even though he's the captain, he won't be streaming. It'll be one of his teammates.
Oh!
Because of his internet.
Oh yeah, there were reference made like last week about that from Oscar.
Oscar was making fun of him for his internet, and I think it is a true fact.
It's a true fact. Oh, so one of his teammates will.
Yeah.
So we'll find a way, most likely on the forums or on Twitter, to publish their Twitch account, so that's where you can go and watch.
Yep. Follow For Honor Game on Twitter for where to watch. Ideally, we'll host it on our channel, but I can't promise that because things like that, maybe we're looking at the wrong channel, we don't get there. But check out For Honor Game on Twitter. We'll make sure you know where to go to see the matches. And obviously, all these guys are very good at self-promotion as well, so I'm sure you'll know where to go.
Yeah.
But,
So and the next week we're gonna come back with the results of the first week. And quick reminder on the format. So each team will play all the other teams 3 times. So they have a possibility of 6 wins during a week. So every time you win, you get 2 points. So we don't know. Maybe on Monday, one of the team will have 12 points because they would have won their 6 matches.
Right.
Their 6 games. Sorry, matches game. I'm always confused with those things. There's 6 games because they're. You get that point?
I get it.
You get it? Okay.
I get it. Cool. Well, thank you, Luke. So
pleasure.
we'll check back in next week with you about the results of our first weekend matches. And we'll get updates then. So thank you for joining us.
Good luck, everyone.
Roll on with the show and talk to Bio for a Faction War update. So quick. That was a great transition. Well done. Roman and Damien can never hit it in time. Can't rely on those guys. No, not at all. Roman showed up 5 minutes late. It's fine. So hey, this was actually a big week for the Faction War in season 3.
The Knight won the Faction War this season.
Well done,
Congratulations.
Well done.
Yeah, they worked hard for it, to be honest. They started the round dead last with 23 territories.
Oof.
It was even worse in the what?
Your hair is getting into the microphone.
Oh, microphone.
My hair is in the microphone.
Sorry, everybody, for hair in the microphone.
It's not something very common on that team because there's not a lot of hair on For Honor. Yeah. I represent the hair. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. They had only 14 territory turned 55, so it was crazy.
So that's a huge comeback.
Amazing comeback.
Yeah.
Actually, last turn, the Knights won every single territory they could have won. It was amazing. So
Wow. Oh,
What?
sorry. We have more microphone
Thank you.
microphone
okay?
issues. Are we better?
No, it's not fine.
Yeah, now it's not.
Now it's okay.
Yeah, but it's,
Now I can.
it's twisting.
Well, I can't do anything about that. Sorry, Max.
Can you not hear at all?
Do you want me to hold it? Like
Yeah. How about
this?
she just holds it?
I can hold
Great.
it like this.
On with the
Great.
show.
Very professional. Sorry, my outfit is causing problems. They won every territory, which was amazing. It's one of the only time that it happened. So
Yeah,
it was great.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was really nice. So congrats, Knights. You earned that victory.
And the first ones to do so in 4 rounds.
The first time that the faction war hands before the end. It's not clutch this time. So congrats. But the Vikings can still be second.
So the battle for second place now begins.
The battle for second place begins, actually, yes. And if it continues like this, what we've seen since the victory of the Knights from last round, the Vikings and the Samurais.
This one's still.
Thanks, Max.
So now everybody knows what Max looks like.
I gave him the Simpsons technical difficulty screen to use, and he should have used it.
Yeah, I should, because
That
now
would've
they
been
know.
perfect.
Now they know.
Where were we?
What was I
Second
saying?
place, Vikings.
Second place, Vikings. Yeah, stop fighting each other, Viking Samurais. We will look at the data for the start of the round, and the Viking Samurai are only fighting each other's. Take Knight territories, so it's going to be easier. They're not fighting as hard anymore.
Oh, yeah. Although I wonder if the Knights will maybe make some deals here.
They could. The Knights could change everything. They could decide who should take second place. I would recommend them to choose the Samurai to go third because they won and they stole their victory last season. Damien is making like, no, from I'm behind, but yeah, I should help the Vikings because the Samurai stole your victory last season. So.
Yes. The Vikings, let's be frank, the Vikings need a...
Yeah, the Vikings.
They need something.
We need it. We need help.
Yeah.
So that's it. Otherwise...
Yes, I had a very specific request, and I think a lot of people
I
want
dug
to
for
know.
you. I dug for you.
The volcano has become such...
Mount Ignis.
Yes, it's become such a thing for the community, and the question was, can we know how many war assets were deployed on the volcano versus the other regions?
Is it 4,000,800? A big number.
A big number.
However, I compared it to all the other territories, and 4 territories in the same areas as the volcano. There is an average for the last round of the third season. 26% more war assets deployed on the volcano than everywhere else.
So it's not just a thing; it's a real.
It's a thing. People like the volcano 26% more than any other
I like that.
territories. So I really compared with the other ones that are similar because, of course, if they are close to the capital, there's less likely to be there on the front. So yeah, 26% more as soon as it's on the front.
I wonder if that's what helped to rally the Knights this season, this round. Just rallying around the volcano, as they call it.
The volcano, yeah.
I wonder if that
our Twitter
inspired
feed
them.
are flooded with memes and those volts. So thank you for that, I guess.
Sure.
It's great reading through those. But yeah, so the volcano is a big deal, and we're very happy to see that. And we may take that as an inspiration for next things to come for the faction war, actually.
And speaking of that, probably the next time we have you on will be to share some new updates to the faction war for next season.
Yeah. Next season, we're going to change a bunch of things and improve the faction war a bit more. So hope that people will like what we're bringing.
Cool.
So the rewards for the faction war, even though the Knights won, will be given at the end of the season because second place is still up for grabs anyway. And I hope people will like what we've come up with this time.
Yes, it is an ongoing conversation with the community on how well they like our rewards or don't. But they will like this one because I've seen them and they're awesome.
Yeah.
So just prepare yourselves to like them.
Prepare your body. It's going to be amazing.
Cool. Well, Bio, thank you as always for joining us. We'll see you
pleasure.
in a few weeks for more info about what's coming for Faction War.
Yes.
And coming up, you'll be joined by Roman and Damien to answer some of your questions. Thanks.
Thanks.
You guys, just take your time. Just saunter over. Roman's tweeting or checking his stocks or something. I don't know what that was.
No, he's putting his phone in
Airplane mode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I'm nice.
I'm nice. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
Thank you for having us here today. What a surprise.
They've been in a lot of meetings lately. I don't see them very much the last couple weeks.
I
I miss you. I do. It's true. Sometimes I just come and sit at your desks and cry.
I was looking at the chat.
First
and
mistake.
they spammed mask like a million times.
Yeah. What's up with that? What's up with mask?
Maybe they will know about it soon.
We'll tell you about the masks thing next week.
I
How
can
about
tell
that?
you something. I can tell you it's really cool.
Good reveal. Good reveal. But yes, I mentioned that next week's show is a more exciting one.
It's a mask show.
Yes, it's the Mask Show. Do you remember in the 80s that cartoon Mask?
Yeah.
When the toys were little and they all had vehicles and stuff? It was awesome.
That was fucking awesome.
Right?
Yes.
80s toys were the best. Sorry, we're old, but our toys were the best. Cool. So before we do the Q&A, actually, we wanted to update folks. Something slipped through the cracks for us on our patch notes, and we did not inform you of some new gear, actually, that was introduced in last week's patch.
Surprise!
Surprise! Yeah, go ahead.
That's for the two
two new heroes, yeah.
The Gladiator and the Highlander. Basically, when we do heroes, then we produce more assets on them, and they were the newest ones, so they were the last one to get those two new gear variation. So we just released them as soon as they were finished, which is in the last patch and not at the beginning of the season like the other heroes. So that's why you have some new gear on the Gladiator and the Highlander, and they're really cool.
Yes, we didn't intend to hide it from you, though. It was just
No.
sort of a
We just forgot.
mistake on our side.
Yeah.
But we wanted to show it to you today.
That was not my phone, that was Eric's
Yeah, that's
phone.
true. I made fun of him for his phone, and I had my phone on. First one, Highlander, the Snowstalker. This one is my
you're
favorite,
showing
by the way.
this.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
we've got
yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
He looks like Santa Claus a little bit, which I'm super into.
We should have kept him for December.
And then we've got the Highlander's Liberty Spike.
The Asylum version.
Yeah,
The
he's wearing
Highlander.
a padded jacket. And I
really
like the
cool.
diamond pattern there. And for the Gladiator, we've got Brazen. Boom. And
Look
then,
at that arm.
again, for the Gladiator, we have Titus Champion. And there we go. So, yes, those are in the game now. So you can go get them. So I think, that gives something for our Highlander and Gladiator players a little extra
Yeah.
to be playing for, which is cool. All right, that
Actually,
business is out
so
of the way.
The patch stuff,
Yeah.
something that was in the changes but actually got issue being deployed is the guard break on stairs.
That's right. So yes, we said when you're one guy's up here on the stairs, one guy's down here, and they're trying to hit each other and nothing's happening. We said that was fixed in our patch notes.
Actually, it's not
It's not.
because the data fix did not made it
Yeah.
into the patch. So the release note was not updated, but
Right.
the fix is not in the patch. It will be in the next one.
Yes. So sorry about that. So that's for the next patch.
And there is also, based on the gear, there was a discussion about a weapon, the other world weapon or whatever.
yes,
That weapon, I think, is here since the beginning of the
it
season.
is. So actually, I had an
So
interesting
nothing
conversation.
new regarding
people.
that patch.
Yeah, there was a guy on the forums who was sort of highlighting the new gear as he found it.
Yeah.
And he mentioned the Otherworld sword for the Highlander, which is not new as of last week's patch.
Yeah.
But Bio and I were talking, it's like, because it's the Highlander and because it's quite far into the progression, I think it's a legendary item.
Yeah.
That people are sort of just getting there now and sort of just discovering it. So
Yeah.
it seemed like it was new, but it was just new to you. But it's super cool, though, actually, the Otherworld sword, so check that out. But now we have some actual questions to answer for folks. It's a lot of Damien ones this week, so just prepare yourself.
Yes.
He might say data or routers.
Routers.
I'm not going to read this whole question because it's 2 paragraphs long, but
You're lazy.
I mean, I could. If
So
you want to hear
lazy.
me talk for that long, you've already... it's Dr. Frankendoodle. What are your plans to address current issues in the ranked beta? Lack of incentive to play due to lack of incentive to play once you reach Diamond, player counts are dropping and queue times are ridiculous for everybody for Diamond ranked players. So what are your plans?
None.
Okay,
We leave it
moving on.
as it is. Moving on. No, we're working on a master rank, and I think that will be the solution. So when you reach the last diamond tier, then you get ranked among the top players of the world, basically, and that has a decay system and things like that. So you always
Cool.
have to fight to stay at the top
Or you'll just
of the master
go
rank.
lower and lower and fall off of it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing we're working on right now regarding ranking mode.
Awesome. That sounds cool. And we don't have an ETA to share on that one?
No,
All right.
sadly not.
Fair. Okay, this was a question that as well that Bio helped us with. Ill Uncle Two.
Uncle.
It's either it could be an IL, it could be Roman numerals, it could be just L's. Let's just call him Uncle with bars on the side. Non-gold high-level armor? Question mark. Coming or not? Question mark.
Yes and no.
Depends on
It
the
depends
character,
on
right?
the characters. Some will have gold weapons, others will have non-gold weapons. We try to
Or armor, yeah.
to variate those
Right.
and not only do gold weapons. But some people also love gold, so
Yes.
we have to balance that well.
And then and I had to ask myself, is he talking about gold as in the color or gold as in the level, like legendary? if that's the case, then that's also yes and no, because it'll not always just be legendary.
Yes.
Heroic as well.
True.
Yeah. Cool. So, wolf not far. There's a
Okay.
wolf behind me. Is it possible to make it so you can invite friends to open matches?
That's a good question. Something we investigated a few weeks ago. And basically, how the system works right now, it's not something we can do easily. I won't go into details, but you can invite a friend when the join in progress is activated in a session. But when the join in progress is activated in a session, somebody will take your place before you can invite
Before
your
your friend can
yeah.
get in.
So, and that's basically a loop, so it doesn't work. So we can't do it as it has been asked. So we have to rework the system and split the two things and do an invite system that is separated from the join in progress one.
Cool.
And that's a pretty long task. So it's not something we can do easily for the moment.
Okay. All right.
You can still, that works in custom match, of course. I think he was referring to games in matchmaking.
Yep. Okay, this is Ahab 7, with 7 as the V, like the movie. I know there are more pressing issues for the game, but in duels, when we select find new opponent, can we actually get someone different rather than queuing up against the same players repeatedly?
Yeah, so it's we're not excluding the player you just played with when you press find new opponent. So you could have a chance to fight against him again because he has the same skill level than you, maybe same stats, etc. So it makes sense that the matchmaking picks the same opponent again. It's something we're working on. We agree that it would be better that at least for the next match you don't have the same person, and then maybe again every 2 matches, but not every match. So it's something we're looking into. I don't know how and when we'll be able to fix it, but we have an improvement on that, and the team is aware of that and looking into solutions for that.
Cool. I mentioned this at the beginning when we were talking about known issues, but it's worth saying again. Mr. MRKSJKE. Bring, this isn't even a question, but it has a question mark. Bring back the flashing out of stamina bar, question mark.
Yeah, it's a regression.
Yes.
It wasn't intended. It's fixed, will be in the next patch.
Cool. And we do have some chat questions up here. But before that, I want to ask Roman. Hey, welcome.
Oh, sorry, I was sleeping.
So first time he's leaving what I'm leaving.
Yeah.
At everywhere.
That's you. That's usually your
it's
role.
my revenge.
To just sit there
it's
and
my
listen.
revenge.
I don't have a specific question, but I did have a lot of people ask about unlock tech. So we, in the patch, we did address a lot of the unlock tech. But as people are pointing out, there is some additional unlocks that they're finding different ways to do things.
So like we said in the patch, we are fixing the main one that we knew at that moment. And we knew that some other were still in the game and were not fixed. We're still working on that, so that's going to be addressed in the coming patch. Not necessarily the next one, but we're still working on it, and we are still tackling those issues, and we will fix them.
Yeah, like if you look at the patch notes, we were very careful to, in our wording, so you did not have the expectation that every single unlock possible ever is fixed forever, because we knew that that's not the case.
The new ones are only on PC with the rebinding?
No, there are other, but they are
Okay.
more difficult, not necessarily to do, but to exploit really in a dual situation.
1v1
Stuff.
situation.
There are some nasty ones, but
Yeah.
we're
But
still
yeah.
on it.
Team's actively working on those,
Yeah.
so it wasn't the case where we're like, hey, it's fixed, and then you can be like, haha, Ubisoft, you didn't fix it, because we actually fixed what we said we fixed, but there's more that we're still working on fixing. So there's that. Okay, up here, this laser one, is that a Damien or a Roman question? Will you?
It could be a Damien one.
Okay, I'm gonna make it a Damien one. Will you ever let us play as attackers in bot games?
We'd like to.
Laser.
Yes, it's a good idea. We'd like to. It's something we're looking at. I don't know again when we will be able to do it. It's how the match initiation works, so you always fall as a defender. But I agree that it would be cool that sometimes you can play as an attacker when you play against bots.
Cool. Did you want to talk a little bit about Dark Hunter VX's question? Changes,
Yes.
I know the changes are good, but the size of your updates are always huge, and it's a little bit tough in some Asian countries to download it, as it takes weeks.
Yes, that's a good one. Why are the patches so big? Several reasons. Of course, maps. Each time we have new maps or we do rework on some maps, it takes a lot of space because you have to think about maps and their variations. So when we do a map, we do another one in a different time of day with different lighting and different textures, and then it's under snow or not with different environments. So we have a lot. One map equals a lot of different maps and a huge amount of data.
I knew you were going to say it.
And so that's one of the reasons why the season patches are often bigger. It's something we're working on, to be honest, how patch works in our game. I don't know when it will be ready, for sure not before season 4, where the idea is really to save some space and do lighter patches with the same content.
Cool.
So it's something the team is working on. It's something they wanted to improve since a long time now.
Great. This is a specific question, but it goes to one. I think we talked about it last week. I think I'm constantly sending Damien your ideas from Reddit or elsewhere about.
And I always need to answer you.
Yes.
How painful.
I'll ask this specific one as an example from Shotgun Kiel. I have a question. Any chance of having the unplayed modes give extra XP to incentivize playing those modes? So this question is about incentivizing the other modes, but it's also about extra XP, and we get a lot of interesting ideas from the community to how could we change this thing to give extra XP or extra steel, and I know that's a thing that's constantly in your mind of how you manage it and balance it and don't unbalance it.
Yeah, so for extra XP and things like that, we have ideas, something we can't talk about yet because it's not ready, but we have things in the making to give you a little more choices around that. To answer specifically that question about giving more rewards on less popular modes, I'm not sure it's a good idea because then in the end it will force you to play a mod you don't want to play or something like that. Right now the rewards are balanced evenly, so that when you play a mod, the amount of time you spend in that mod gives you the same amount of reward if you were playing another mod. We have other ideas as well to bring more players in the same space for those playlists and those game mods that we will do for season 4, also to help that.
Cool.
To refocus the players in the same playlists.
Cool. Okay, and that is all the time we have for today for questions. But please continue to send us your questions. You can send them to me over Reddit or Twitter. The competitive subreddit is always mega helpful in kind of curating a thread for me to just come to and pull from. That's where a lot of these come from. So thanks as always to those guys. Just as a note, I'm more likely to choose questions from that thread when they're not posed as being trolly or kind of dickish, because sometimes they are. And then I just decide not to choose your questions if you kind of sound like a jerk, so don't sound like a jerk. Most of you are very good and awesome, and they're very fair questions.
I'd be happy as well to have some feedback on the last patch. People are happy about some balance stuff and things like that.
And then send that directly to Damien's mailbox.
Yeah.
The French baguette at Ubisoft.
So we're going to go into the community corner. And thank you, Maddie, but no. I think we're business as usual for next week. Sorry, a little behind the scenes with our new director, Maddie. She's just asking some questions. So let's go into community corner, Max. Please. Thursday. Hello.
You need to ask politely.
I know. Sorry, Max. I'll say
be a
please.
jerk.
I'll always say please. I'm trying to teach my son. He's 3 to always be polite.
Yeah.
So I need to follow my own instructions here. Okay, we've got a bunch of great clips this week. They're all quite short ones. So if you get bored of this segment, then maybe you're lucky. Okay, so clip number 1. Even though it says number 2 in the order, great.
Because there is no one.
This is from Iron Shield on Reddit. It's a video called "Fuck Off, Centurion. We aren't friends." Yeah.
For once, that the Centurion was nice.
I know. I feel really bad for whoever that player was. Like, oh, I'm gonna dance with this guy, and it's gonna be funny. And nope. But
Never dance next to a ledge. Never
especially when they're
dance
on the other
next to a
team.
ledge.
Yeah. From BG2 Blaze on Reddit. Here's for you. Preview of Kensei's upcoming buff.
That's exactly
Superman
it.
strike. It's good. Yes. I was just telling these guys, I generally don't like to show bugs on the stream, but sometimes they're just too good. Oh, Piano Dad. This is a frequent poster. Nice guy. One of the nice guys on Reddit. This is a GIF. Not a good time to gloat, huh? From Piano Dad. Let's check this out. Oh yeah, this is good stuff. Poor
Centurion.
Centurion cannot catch a break this week.
No, they can't celebrate.
All right. And now we've got a video from Lord Wadabeezy. Sure. Conqueror, Conqueror's buff. Is that right?
Nice trophy.
Yeah. And then fight with the head on the sword for the rest. That'd be great. Cool. From Dog Top on Reddit. Oh man, I can't pronounce this. This is a meme. This is an anime meme. Damien, take it away. It's this one right there, number 6. I don't know how to say this.
Omae wa mu shinderu.
Sure.
She said so.
Shinderu.
Let's check it out.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
So dumb. So dumb. But I had to look that one up last week. I'm always learning memes from our community, like whether I like it or not, I have to know what they're talking about. So I kept seeing this phrase and I didn't know it because I don't watch anime. And it's a thing. And I've already forgotten it. I read all day about it and I've already forgotten what anime it's
What
from.
is it?
Fist of the North Star, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, good stuff. From Capdia on Reddit. Raider bowling for the win. This is great.
Victory!
Took all of 3?
He took
Yes.
all 3 out. You want to just roll that
Whoa.
one again, Max?
This
Are
one is
you
really
able
good.
to?
Victory!
Amazing.
This one was great too.
Starvey on Reddit. No, you're coming with me. Mm-hmm. No. And it's a GIF. Yeah. Great. I don't know.
Why did
I
he?
don't know why the Shigoki has fallen in, but he has.
Ah, he did the guard bike in the end.
Yeah. Okay, another GIF from Warden Trash. I like that name. Life flashing before your eyes. Oh yeah, this is one of a couple of the poor Shigoki just having a bad day.
Yeah.
Ugh, see? He's going to just crush the spine of the Warden and nope,
And no.
it's a save.
That's a good team.
Yeah, good
save.
teamwork, right?
Good teamwork. Nice save.
And similarly for this next one, that move is also involved. This is Cheesy Nip on Reddit. Holy shit is what this one's called. We wanted to
So
play that a
close.
couple times. so you
We
could see
had
what's
to play
going
it
on.
twice to understand. The bleed.
Yes. From Rowan Sprite. This is another Kensei one. When the Kensei grows tired of your ganking. It's a video.
Woohoo! It's a good Kensei
Good
play.
Kensei.
Yeah,
Better than your Kensei?
maybe.
Okay. Number 12 is the one that
Big
we...
Dragon at Forno Games. When exactly do you start thinking about next season's content? If you're speaking about new fighters, new map, etc., it's months in advance.
9 months in advance.
Yes,
Yeah.
creating a fighter, it's between 6 to 9 months work. So it takes some time. And the map is around 5.
Ouais,
6
5,
months.
6,
something.
Yeah, it's a long process. I mentioned on the
So
show
it's-
last week that I sat down with it was Julian to see, even just for the heroes, like the production timeline, and it is what you just said. It's months and months and months and months.
Yeah,
And so I'm really interested. I'm going to try to put together whether it's an article or a video to show you guys, give you more context for what takes place during that process, because I actually think it's really
The
interesting.
whole art process, starting with concept art, there are then, for heroes I'm speaking, there is all the research in terms of fight style, then there is the whole motion capture preparation, the whole design process style. It takes months.
same thing for weekly content. It's done many months before we start thinking about it, and then there is a huge process.
Yeah, I had a guy ask me on Twitter this weekend. He's a reasonable guy, but upset about getting disconnected from his game, which I totally understand. But he came at me with why do you still put out new content when I'm getting disconnected from my game? And I was trying to explain to him that, obviously that's our top priority. We've said we're moving to dedicated servers. We have a huge team focused on that. But that team that's working on that has nothing to do with the team that's working on new content. So we're not going to stop putting out cool new content
Yeah.
because it's not going to help this problem get any better because these guys are already working on it.
Exactly.
So
It's not our online engineers that are doing the outfits and the textures.
yes.
But that's why you have less online features or less new
Right.
online features or stuff like that, because everybody is working on the dedicated servers.
And that's what I want to try to do more of.
Spectator mode.
Oh, spectator mode.
That's a very good one.
Yes,
They
'cause
can't
the
work on
online
spectator
team is
mode.
working
They
on
need to
servers.
work on the servers.
Yeah, that's a thing I want to try to do more of for you folks, is to give you more of that context when we can. What teams are working on this, what's actually involved in the production of this, because I know it's hard on the community side. I know a lot of assumptions and assumptions are made about what it takes to create something, which are often not fully true. Like creating a character taking 8 or 9 months. Maybe you guys didn't realize it takes that long. So anyway, that's just a little peek behind the curtain for you.
Light 85, can we possibly get Romance Arm Tattoo for the Viking? Well, you would have to choose, because this one could work for Vikings, but this one is definitely more samurai. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure.
Where is the night one?
Yeah, right? Oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Moving on.
So,
From Iron Pwned, a proper execution.
Let's go!
Overkill. Overkill. Like, so that guy probably, before that clip was recorded, that guy probably pissed that dude off somehow. Said, I'm just going to kill you as hard as I can. Okay, and this is our last clip. This is a GIF from Galaxy Tag Team Champions. Trying to get a little Valkyrie action here. Valkyrie and Lawbringer.
Nice helmet.
Good teamwork. It's a bit of an alley-oop if you play basketball.
Nice.
So cool.
Teamwork makes the dream work. All right, so as I mentioned, next week's show is going to be a very fun one. We've got lots of surprises, I think I could say.
Yes.
And yes, we'll tell you about the whole masks thing next
You're
week.
going to wear a costume or not?
They want me to. They want me to. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I might dress up. It might happen.
Can't wait to see
I mean, I've
your
worn a
Pikachu
kilt.
outfit.
I don't have shame. I've worn a kilt on the show, so I don't know. Maybe I'll wear the kilt again. But that's the show for this week. So join us next week. I do think you'll want to check it out. It'll be fun. Thank you guys for joining me. As always, you might not be here next week. We'll figure it out.
No, we won't be
You're
here
going to
next week.
Paris? Or,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So check out that show, and we're going to run the raffle right now if you want to get some combat packs. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.